4. Okay. All right. Hey guys. So Tuesday, September 19th. We have 30 days until we launch in the UK. We have obviously 11 days left in the month. So this is really the time that you guys want to dig your heels in. You want to make sure that you're out there, that you're inviting, that you're talking to people. We are set for a pretty big explosion in the coming weeks with this launch in the UK. So if you're not Emerald, you want to make sure that you get to Emerald. If you are pushing to get back to a rank, or pushing to get ahead in rank, you want to make sure that you do that so that you're maximizing the compensation plan as best as you can with this launch. As people come in, the volume's going to start to grow. There's a lot of new things that are going to be talked about at Leadership, which is in 6 weeks. And we are set up for a pretty big 2018. You guys will hear some of it this weekend if you are attending a Super Saturday event. You'll hear some of what's to come through the end of the year and into the new year. The January Super Saturday is going to be January 6th, 6th, 7th, that weekend. So make sure that you mark your calendars for that. But make sure that you try to get to an event this weekend, because this is going to be the last one, obviously until we have new launches and things in the new year. If you have people from the UK who are interested in getting started with us, we do have a separate training page for them. We do have a form for them to fill out so we can get all of their information. So be sure that you touch base with me or your Diamond upline and let them know that you have some UK people that you would like to get some more information or would like to start training ahead of the launch. If you are somebody who uses the previous office view, starting this week, you're going to notice some changes back there with the new site rollout. This weekend was the big changeover, which is why the site was out for, like 9 hours. They did sort of everything under the hood. So we're going to notice some small tweaks here and there start to happen. UK will get the new website first when they launch in October, then Canada, and we actually in the US are going to be the last ones this time. We usually are the first ones to get everything. This time we're going to be last. I believe it's going to be early December that we will get our new website, the online office. They didn't give us a date yet about the new shopping cart, like the new TBB shopping site. I don't know if that's going to be when we launch in 30 days or if they're going to talk to us about that at Leadership. But if you have questions on the UK launch, you can go into the FAQ and see everything that's there. Yeah, and that's it. So with September sort of being a slower month, we know we have to ramp up our invites. September is one of those months that we call like the busy season of life. Everybody's going back to school. The teachers are going back to school. Everybody's starting to get on new schedules, and everybody's just kind of scattered up in the air, and it's difficult to sort of kind of nail people down, get people to commit, and we want to make sure that we don't struggle with those things, right? So what we need to do is raise our own bar. We need to raise the level from whatever you normally were doing, which say it was 3 or 5 invites a day. You've got to raise that. You've got to do 7 or 8 or 10 to reach the same amount of people. And that's just how the nature of this business works through August and September. We see it every year. That's why we do Team Cup. And then we know that sets us up for a super strong fourth quarter with the launch of Double Time, with some new things that are going to be coming down the pipeline that you'll hear about in November. Into autumn's launch of 80-Day Obsession in January. So you want to make sure that we're ramping up those invites. And, the number one thing that I think we tend to hear is that people are sort of afraid to send invites. They don't want to sound salesy. They're worried about being told no. They're worried about, feeling, basically failing at this business. And the only way that you fail at this business is if you send in your cancellation form, or you fail your coaches. You're just not there to help them. So what you want to do is, we have to still be relatable to people. We want to be able to talk to people when we are talking to people about joining a challenge group, joining us for the coaching opportunity, even joining a free group. These people are coming to you when they're most vulnerable, especially if there's somebody who's struggled with their weight for a long time, or there's somebody who's struggling with their health. It can be a scary time for them. And you need to make sure that you're there. You need to make sure that you're going to be the one to show up and help them. And that comes down to consistency. It comes down to accountability. And that's why I think sometimes we tend to be afraid to invite people, because we worry, are we going to do them a disservice? Are we going to do them wrong? If you are showing up every single day and you're drinking your shake and you're doing your workout and you're working on yourself, that's what you need to be doing. That's what you need to be doing in front of these challengers. It shows them that you're real. It shows them that they can trust you, so that when you do invite them, they won't say no. They'll know that when they commit, that you're there to help them, because that's what we need. Don't be wishy-washy in your invites. Like, that's super important. I will tell you guys a lot of times, send me your invites. Let me see what your invites look like. Cause maybe it's, something simple. Like, we just have to tweak one word. And when it's wishy-washy, it's going to plant that seed right in somebody's head, that they're going to say no. It's, I don't know if you'd be interested in this, or I don't know if this is something that you'd want to do. This may not be something that you're interested in. If you say that, it's not going to be something that they're interested in. You're going to put that negative connotation in their head right away. And when you put that in their head, there's no getting them back. I don't know if you'd be interested in it. Guess what? They're not. Because you said that they're not going to be interested. Not because they're not, because you said you didn't think they'd be interested. And now they're not. But when you say, you know what, I have this great group and I think that you would be perfect for it, or I would love to tell you more about it. Would it be okay if I told you more about it? So you have to fight that fear with confidence, and just fake it till you make it. Act like your challenge group is full. I don't care if there's nobody in it. You tell everybody you have 2 spots left. It doesn't matter if it's full or not. The other thing is when you market to everybody, then you lose what makes you special. When you try to reach every single person that's out there on social media, you lose you. Everybody has their own little niche market, and that's what you need to focus on. And to focus, to say, well, I need to find more people, so I'm going to focus on everybody. To do something like that ends up doing you a disservice in the long run. Because then you're finding people who aren't like you. You're finding people who don't vibe with you. You're finding people who may have, even fitness goals that you're not sure how to help them with. If you are, a mom like me in their 30s who, this is what I know, it would be pretty hard for me to help a 45-year-old guy get ready for a competition. I don't know it. So you want to make sure that you're focused on you, focused on your brand. We could take all of these products that we have, and you see them, they're on Amazon. We could put them in Target and they would sell just fine. But people are going to buy from you. They're going to buy what you can help them with. So you have to figure out what's going to make you unique. The other thing is, and this is all simple stuff, guys, make a list. Don't go by your Facebook messages, because those things can be a nightmare. Whether you use Excel or you use Asana or you use Teamsy or you use Streak or you use a notebook or a pen and paper, whatever you use it. Like, don't sign up for Teamsy and then not log in. Don't write down everybody's names in a notebook and then close the notebook and put it on your shelves. Or not look at it for 2 weeks and then go, oh, I think there was people I was supposed to follow up with like Friday and now it's Tuesday and you didn't get your follow-ups done. You have to operate off of a list. I use a notebook and I just write everybody's names down. It's not fancy. I write everybody's names down. And the idea is to get them on the list and off the list. On the list and off the list. Whether it's a yes or a no, they get crossed off. And then somebody else's name goes on the list. And when I get done with the notebook, I pick up another one. And then I go back through the first notebook and I see whose name isn't crossed off and I go back and invite them again. Back to being consistent. You can't show up and drop off. Like, that's the biggest thing. Is like, everybody's like, well, life is busy, but that's when you really need to be showing up. Business doesn't need 8 hours a day to run. You need to show up and make a couple Facebook posts, but you need to do it every single day. Because if you're the ones that are going to show up when it's really busy, you're going to be the ones that people remember. There's so many, and honestly, like, I'll use myself as an example. I use those eye makeup remover cloths from Rodan and Fields, and they're not cheap, so I buy like 3 or 4 packs at a time. And the girl that I used to get them from, I went to her Facebook page. She doesn't have anything about Rodan and Fields on her Facebook page. Like, I don't know if she's still doing it. I don't know if, I don't know, but it wasn't on her page. So I found another girl that I went to high school with, and I bought them from her. And it's just because, I don't know, maybe she still is a rep. Like, who knows? But I needed to get them. I wanted to get them immediately before I forgot. And I don't know if she's a rep or not anymore. And it's that simple. Because when people decide that they're ready, like, they could put you on, and like, Mom, I know you've had people that have said this to you all the time. They say no for 2 years or 2.5 years or 3 years. And then when they say yes, that shake can't get there fast enough. When's it coming? When's it coming? When's it coming? They want it now. So like, when I'm ready and I want to buy something, like, I want to buy it right now. I don't want to go search for my rep. I don't want to have to scroll through a Facebook page to see if she's still a rep or not. Like, I want to be able to message somebody and have them say, and like, go to somebody's page and have them say, yeah, okay, good. She can help me. Good. Here, done. You need to be that. You need to be the billboard. You need to be that for your business. Be a lighthouse and not a tugboat. Let people see what you're doing. Let people see, instead of constantly going to people and trying to pull the same 5 or 6 people that you've been inviting on and off for the last 2 or 3, get rid of them. Because they're never gonna say yes. They're never gonna say yes. They may come back and ask you more questions, but they're never gonna say yes. So be that beacon so that when people are looking for something, whether it's you specifically or not, they're looking for a solution. And when they see that solution on your page, whether it's just the fact that you're busy and you've got your food on the go, or you earned, $150 this week and that was enough to get groceries, or it was enough to go out to dinner. That's what they want to see. And when you're inviting to the opportunity, guys, I don't know when it became like taboo to say that you want to make money. I love what I do. But it's still a business. So when you invite to the opportunity, you have to present it as an opportunity, because that's what it is. It's something that for pretty much anybody who signs up, no matter what their goals are, can be something that is so special to them because it's helping them pay their bills. When I was a brand new coach and I was making $150 a week, That was life-changing for us. That was life-changing. That was my groceries, or it was my cell phone bill, or it was if I did $150 a week for a month, that was a week of groceries, it was my cell phone bill, and it was my car payment. Find somebody who will say no to that money and invite them. Invite them to the opportunity. Share an income post, share an opportunity post. And don't think because you're not making, you're not making six figures or you're not making $5,000 a week, that's not relatable. But somebody could look at your post and say, oh shit, I made $200 this week? All she does is work out and drink those shakes and post on Facebook. I could do that. That's relatable and that's attainable for people. To make $100 or $200 a week, for somebody to make $250,000 a week, $250 a week, $1,000 a month, that is financially life-changing for their family. So when we're inviting, we need to not be afraid. First of all, don't be afraid to invite the opportunity, to the opportunity. Because where would you be if your sponsor was too afraid to invite you to the opportunity? Like, where would you be today? I don't even want to know where I'd be. I mean, I was going to drink the whole bag of Shakeology and then send it back and get my money back because we didn't have the money at the time. But my mom told me I could pay $40 and get a discount on it. And if I got 3 people to buy my shake, then my shake was paid for. And that was life-changing for me. Because it started with $30 a week or $80 a week. So we can't be afraid to talk to people about joining a group, about the opportunity. The opportunity, you shouldn't be afraid. This is a business. And wouldn't it be fantastic if while you helped somebody, like so many of you guys, while you helped somebody work on their fitness and work on their nutrition, we helped them invite even just 2 or 3 friends to do it with them and helped them make a couple $100 while they did it to get themselves healthier. Like, wouldn't that be worth it? So when it comes to fear, you just have to push past it. Because for every person that you're afraid to reach out and invite, somebody's watching your posts, not commenting, not liking on them because they don't want to be seen. Somebody's watching your posts because they're too afraid to reach out to you, to ask for help, or to say, like, do you think that I could do this too? So we have to be the ones to be able to push past fear because we're the ones who do personal development. So we have to be the ones to push past that and then teach these people to do the same thing when they come on. Do you guys have questions? He's like on borrowed time. Oh, wait, can you unmute? Oh, wait, there you go. I thought you could unmute yourself. That's why. Sorry.
If I make a post, like that just struck an idea for me to make a post like, we work out, we drink our shake, and I get paid for it. Do I have to put a disclaimer if I say I get paid for it?
No. If you are referencing, that's actually a really good question. But the thing is here's the thing is, you want to make a post or two like that where you don't need the disclaimer. You want to breadcrumb a couple of those, jab, jab. And then you want to drop a post that you're going to need the disclaimer on because then people are going to be like, oh, shit, like she's serious now. So you want to make those posts like that. Like, this is what I get to do. I get to drink a shake. I get to work out.
It just sounds so simple.
And then you want to share, like, like that Beachbody paid for, like Steph's new, like the workout room in their house, or like your cable machine that's downstairs. Like, like relatable stuff. Because that's what's going to get the most traction is like people your age, Mom, like honestly, like what you just said, like about how when you guys retire, if it's 63 or 70, the difference in what you collect in Social Security. Wouldn't it be cool for somebody to just drink a shake and be able to supplement that income a couple $100? I mean, if it's just a couple $100 a month, I mean, everybody need show me somebody somewhere who doesn't need $200, you know? If you just post something like that, you don't need the disclaimer. If you post something a little more specific, like thanks to this opportunity, like I was able to furnish my home gym downstairs, or like things like that, then you have to say Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income or success with the opportunity. Each coach's income is dependent on their knowledge, diligence, and skill, or something like that. I just put Beachbody doesn't guarantee the income. You got to work for it, like I did. Usually that's enough. If it's got actual numbers in it, then I make sure I put I
wouldn't put a number.
The right one. But sometimes if you actually put the formal disclaimer, it actually gets people's attention. It kind of wakes them up. So it's always good to breadcrumb a couple and then throw one in that needs that. So do you guys have other questions?
Nope.
All right. Otherwise, I have a little guy who's very ready for bed. He's sitting on the floor. He still has dinner on his face. Say hi, Debbie. Say hi, Grandma. Oh, you spit up.
Jakey.
Say hi, Grandma.
Are you on the call tonight?
Say hi. Say hello. Say we had a long day. We're going to bed. Can you say goodnight to everybody? Say bye-bye. All right, guys. Next week, don't forget, we are an hour later next week. Megan Davies will be on. She's going to be talking Clean Week. And this was what worked with Megan's schedule. She's taking classes at night, and she doesn't get home till around 8 Central. So she asked if we would be willing to bump our call an hour so she could make sure that she was able to come on and talk with us. So same Zoom link next week, 1 hour later, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. So, and if you guys didn't listen to the wake up call this week, go listen to the replay. Megan was phenomenal. It was so good. There was a lot of takeaways in there. And I like listening to the recording because you can fast forward through all the stuff at the beginning. So that's it, guys. Have a great night. Bye.